need some positive vibes. Life's more fun, so go eclectic. Let the sunlight in, brighten up your day.
Welcome to the show. It's second show. We got the Iceman here with me. Huh?
Hey, Iceman.
Hey. So I got some people that wrote in. I asked you guys to write in. Some people did, and it's fucking awesome. So let's smoke some pot together and read these things, and then there's some questions. We'll both answer them. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. All right, so the first guy is, what do you say, Zooted, I think his name is, from YouTube, and he says, keep them coming, more light. And the reason I put that on is because look at all the light that's on us right now. It's like the brightest that I can make it in here with all the lights that I currently have.
For what we have, yeah.
I don't
It'll
think
get
that's
better.
too
We'll
bad.
get some better material, equipment.
Yeah.
It'll be a little better.
It's something to work on.
Yeah.
But this is
This- yeah,
positive
this is-
vibes.
this is
Very
alright,
positive,
yeah.
right?
We really did add a lot of light this time.
Running around, changing light bulbs like they're not all burnt out. It was great. So anyway, Bob Ross from YouTube says, I got a question for your new movie show, buddy. How was your first dope smoking experience, and what is your favorite methodology for the dope combustion inhalation science, or just your favorite smoking device in general? Maybe you could even show us part of your dope bong hoard when you don't have any questions anyways. Happy trees. Happy trees. That's fucking awesome. I didn't even read this whole question before I started filming, and I got a bong right there.
Yeah, that's an old one too.
This is a
That's
really
been around-
old
that's been
bong.
around for a long time.
It's like a showpiece bong
Yeah.
now. I remember the first time I fucking smoked out of this thing, I put a half gram in each bowl
Oh.
and just went boom! And then the next thing that happened, I don't know, because I fucking passed out.
No, yeah.
But this thing was awesome.
Yeah, that-
I got this, and I bought my first digital scale with this bong.
Did you?
The guy gave me a deal because I bought the bong.
Right on.
Or he gave me a deal on the bong because I bought the scale. I don't fucking
One
remember.
way or the other.
But the first time that I smoked pot, excuse me, I remember that. Here, buddy. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I remember the first time I smoked pot very well. It was January 1999, and I was like a senior in high school. I was like afraid of drugs. Hey, I didn't know anything about it, and then except that it was bad. That's all that I knew. And anyway, so yeah, it was January 99, and I finally was like, all right, let's do it. And I went to my buddy's house. I went to my buddy's house, and we chilled there. And then they ended up getting this weed. We were just teenagers. So he's like, it's a 20 sack of Homestone, bro. And that's what it was. So like shitty pot.
Yeah.
And we rolled up
That's
some of this.
all you get when you're young.
Yeah, so we rolled up some of this shitty weed and we smoked it, and like a lot of people, I don't remember getting stoned the first time that I smoked weed, but I do remember smoking the weed. And then one of the kids that I was with, one of my friends' dads, showed up to the party, and everybody got worried like it was going to be a big problem. Fucking guy brings a case of Wildcat, so we're all fucking just getting drunk and stoned,
Of
eh? It was
course.
fucking awesome. I loved it. But do you remember the first
I-
time that you got stoned?
I do. I started really young though. I won't give an age, but yeah, me and a friend, we just met up with an older kid in an alley in Kingsville, and we bought a little bit there. Had him roll it up for us because we were pretty young, and we smoked that. And again, like you, I can't really say that I remember the high. I just remember smoking it. And then I dabbled a little bit when I was younger, and then probably high school is when I really started to smoke quite a bit. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Single digit age?
No, double digit.
Excuse me. So like
Pre-
18.
pre-
18. That's
pre-high
pretty
school.
young to smoke pot.
Pre-high school.
Pre-high school.
Yeah,
Holy.
pre-high school. I started smoking cigarettes, pot, and drinking pretty young.
I started smoking cigarettes because I couldn't smoke weed in the clubs. I didn't start smoking cigarettes until I was old enough to drink, which is what, 18?
18.
So I
no,
didn't-
19.
So I didn't start smoking until after I was 19 because I couldn't smoke pot in the club.
Yeah.
And cigarettes were getting me just dicked. Like, I'm just smoking a
That's
cigarette.
so-
I'm
that's so
sitting at a strip
temporary,
club.
though.
Hey, I'm 19, sitting at a strip club, like my first time, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and I'm just holding on to the table for dear life because I'm just like swimming. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
It's so temporary though.
Yeah, and then that happened like twice, and then I
Yeah.
just started fucking
Then
smoking.
you're
It was
smoking,
shit.
yeah. And you're a smoker.
But what else is he
And
saying?
talking about smoking,
Tell the people that watch these videos what happened. I know what's up.
I'm 119 days smoke free now. Pretty proud of myself.
That's
It's,
fucking awesome.
It's quite a battle for anybody out there trying to quit smoking. I know how hard it is, and don't quit. Don't quit quitting, I should say, because it's worth it. I feel a lot better not smoking cigarettes.
How often do you
119
still get
days.
cravings though?
I
Sometimes
still get
for
cravings. I
cigarettes.
think about it all the time, and that's going to be a battle for a long time from what I talk to other people and I understand. But it's not too bad. I've been around, I've been in a room full of people smoking, and I didn't want a cigarette at all the whole time.
That's gonna
I'm
happen
doing good.
soon, eh? Everybody's coming over for UFC tonight to just fucking smoke their brains out in
That's
here.
right, yep, exactly. That's what's
So
gonna
it's
happen
like we
tonight.
just sit in a fog of cigarette smoke, or we gotta open the windows and freeze out, eh?
That's right.
You know, put on an extra fucking jacket so that everybody
And
can
the
kill
last
themselves.
time I was right there in front of the window with all the smoke just filtering right past me. Yep.
It's like a vacuum
That's,
in here.
that's
right?
okay. I'm still continuing as a non-smoker. Haven't picked up a cigarette since the first time. Since the first day I quit there.
Dan from YouTube says, over 100 subs, bud. Keep it the fuck up. Sound rods! And yeah, that's fucking awesome. 100 subs,
100
man.
subs, I bet
I started
that's
making videos about 3 weeks ago, and with the help of my friend Chris, he, just let me come and visit at his house and be on his shows. I got 60 subs in
Yeah,
like
right
2
away.
weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't even believe it. And now I'm over
Now
100
you're
subs
over
already.
100. That is pretty
I
good.
couldn't even think about what it would be like to get up every day and just have like 100 people follow me around.
Yeah.
Right? And just watch what I'm doing.
That's right. That is what it's like, eh?
Eh?
Yeah.
Not every day, but as
Yeah.
often as I'm putting up the videos.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. I think it's really super cool, and I wish myself continued success. Hey, holy! Beth says, why did you decide to start making videos for the whole world to see? It ties in perfectly. I started making these videos because a lot of reasons. One, I always wanted to be like entertaining people. I always like to know that I can like make somebody smile or just do something that I like to do and other people enjoy it. That's cool.
Feels good. It makes you feel good.
It's self-satisfying. Yeah, it's kind of like it bloats up my ego big time. So I love it. Like I love getting
It feels like a good
emails, and just be like, oh, somebody commented on my video or somebody liked it. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Making a difference, eh?
That's
I'm
right.
making a difference.
One positive vibe at a time.
Yep, exactly. Anyway, I had to take a quick break so I could fill this pipe. I didn't want to leave a bunch of fucking empty space on. So I was saying, why do I want to start making videos? To entertain people. I think that's really cool. I like editing videos. It's pretty fun to just sit there and do that. It's kind of cool. And also, I would love it if I had the ability to make something successful out of making videos like this. Like, obviously, it's an undeniable thing. It's a labor of love foremost, but, like, I want to be able to put myself in a position where I don't have to wake up and go and do something for somebody else. I want to wake up and I want to do it for me,
Do it for the people.
but ultimately,
Yeah.
even still, I want to work for myself.
That's
I don't
right.
want to have to be
Your own
working for
business.
someone else.
I
That's
can
it.
understand that.
That's what
I've been
that's
working
what I
for the
want.
man for too long. It's not
Now,
fun.
you know my work history.
Yeah,
and I don't
that's right.
want to
You've been doing
get
good.
into it, but
But yeah, this would be a lot better.
I'm already getting fucking tired of it, so I hope that I can do something
Yeah.
big with these. Anyway, back this pipe, let's smoke it. But also, you like making videos with me, and before we turn the camera on, you were talking about that you would like to start making videos. Why do you think that you want to make videos?
For the same reason. I like to entertain people. I like to, just to talk, sit around, have a good time.
You know what else is interesting, even though it's like been around forever now, is the ability to communicate with anybody, anywhere, and you never know like who's gonna say what to you next,
That's
especially
right.
like on the internet.
Yeah,
Whether it's
anybody-
positive
anybody can
vibes
throw
or
their-
negative vibes,
yeah.
like everything, I take all of it in, and it's like it's so fucking crazy.
Anybody can throw their opinion out there.
And there's so much stuff that I don't know that strangers can tell me.
Yeah.
And then, like, now I'm totally eclectic. And it's like, yeah, I make movies on the internet, whatever.
Yeah,
no
that's cool. That's cool.
Anyway, Jeremy from Facebook says, do you consider pot a gateway drug? And if so, has it ever made you want to try harder drugs?
No.
Is pot a gateway drug? I think undeniably, yeah. Of course it is. If you
I
smoke,
don't agree with
you
that.
start out smoking pot. Maybe alcohol might even be at the same level of a gateway drug as marijuana. If you're talking about it in the sense of maybe younger people, is it a gateway drug maybe for younger people?
I don't know. I started with cigarettes and alcohol first.
I started probably with alcohol first, and then pot.
So what was your gateway drug?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was alcohol. Yeah, obviously. I remember taking my first sips of alcohol before I ever smoked a joint.
And I'll bet you that's the case for 90% of the kids out there, is alcohol's the first thing that they try. Because you know why? It's the easiest thing they can get a hold of. It's in everybody's home. Every kid sneaks beers from their
Alcohol's,
dad.
yeah, big time alcohol.
Everybody sneaks beers from their dad.
But if we don't consider alcohol, excuse me, a drug, let me drink some of this water. Then I would say, yeah, definitely, of course, I agree with that stereotype that pot is a gateway drug, because you're like, it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, when I was 13, I did a fucking bunch of coke and then I smoked weed. Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I think you smoke weed first because it's easily even still accessible like alcohol when you're young, and then you decide that you like altering your state of mind or you don't, and then you gotta go,
Yeah.
bigger.
That's right, yeah.
It's like you go see the fireworks. All these fireworks are the same every year. It's like, no, you want to see a bigger fucking show, right? Endorphins, right? Is that what it is?
I guess, endorphins. Yeah,
Brain
makes sense.
drugs?
Brain drugs.
Brain drugs.
Yeah, chemicals.
I don't think that me smoking pot ever made me want to try harder drugs. It wasn't like, I'm smoking weed, now I'm over this, so I want to try different types of drugs now. But, I remember I was smoking pot now, but, I didn't do any other drugs. And then I met this guy, and he introduced me to coke, and it's like I had no experience, zero. It was my very first time even seeing it. I didn't even know what the fuck it was.
Oh, really?
And he's like, oh, it's your birthday? Here, take a bump. And he pulls out a vial and he dumps a little thing on my, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. He goes, go like this. So I'm looking at it and I'm all wide-eyed and nervous and I don't know what the fuck to do. I was probably maybe in my very early 20s, 19, 20
I did
maybe.
not realize how sheltered you were.
Yeah, well, I lived in this little town for a long time.
Yeah,
and
well,
there was
I
no
lived in
internet.
Kingsville.
And
I
shit.
grew
It
up
was
in
weird.
Kingsville. There was no internet.
So yeah, and then he's like, so I'm looking at it all nervous and shit, and I don't know what to do, and I'm like, I don't know, man. And he's like, do it before it melts. And I'm like, oh shit, because I don't want to waste it and make him feel bad, like he's wasting drugs. I don't know. So I'm like, holy shit. And then that was it. And then immediately after, he had to leave, and now I'm the only person geeked in the room. And that was it. And we left, and I'm just giggling and laughing, but I was a teenager, so I had no access to it for a really long time.
Yeah.
And then cut to later in life, and I'm doing a bunch of coke because I remembered how awesome it was from the first time that I did it.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it.
Then it becomes available one day.
I think it's pretty common amongst that age, but after 23, 24. I pretty much stopped doing all that stuff. I won't, I'm not.
Yeah, that's probably about the age where I stopped doing all that stuff too.
And like right now, I'm only 32. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Like I said, I started young, so I had many years on me before I stopped doing it all.
you ready for UFC, dog? Right? All right. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that I finally got some questions. I like doing it with questions. That was cool, right?
That was cool. Send in some more questions. That'd be awesome.
All right. Well,
some more.
thanks for writing into the show and watching the show and the show, right?
The show.
All right. Well, watch the next one, and thanks for watching this one. I'll see you the next time. Next time?
Thanks a lot. Yep, next
All
time.
right. Peace.
I've got